argument. And I told Pete before the show I was going to let folks come on and show for the Iranians. So you've done a really great job of that.
You see, that is exactly what Republicans always do.
It's not because this isn't
hold on a second. Let him finish.
Or Democrat
and then I'll
argument.
let you respond.
The Iranian regime, for 50 years, long before you and I were even born, and hopefully not long after we're around, have said death to America. They want everybody at this table to be dead. And if they get their hands on a nuclear bomb, that's exactly what will happen.
Here's the reality here.
Yeah.
If that was really your objective, you never would have pulled out of the JCPOA. That's first things first. But I want people to understand, this is what the Republican Party feels about the 61% of Americans, Republicans, independents, and Democrats, that disagree with this war. That you somehow are shilling for the Iranian regime if you go and question your government spending $2 billion a day on a war and a conflict that the regime is still very much in place. They still have their enriched uranium. It is not unpatriotic to question why this president has never justified this war to the American people. That's what you did.
Those words actually never left my mouth.
You said that he was shilling for the Iranians.
That's pretty unpatriotic, I would say.
Are you okay with the Iranians having a nuclear bomb that can be used against our
Which is exactly
allies
why I support the JCPOA.
That's exactly why they were still developing a nuclear bomb.
No, they were not. There's not one example of them violating the terms of that deal. Tell me one example of them violating the terms.
You tell me one example of where they're not developing.
You can't show me.
When you have a regime who is screaming at the top of their lungs, death to America, I choose to believe them.
So do you want to go to war with every country that says that? You want to go to war with North Korea too?
What other country is screaming death to America and has a nuclear capability?
North Korea
has a nuclear capability. We're at war with North Korea. We've got guys on the parallel standing there in response to that.
Invade them too?
We have
invade them too?
All right.
You don't know what's going on.
Guys, Terry